Int office, night, dimly lit. A man sits at his desk, nervously flipping through a blood-stained notebook. He speaks directly to the camera or into a recording device. Technician, VO. I'm not asking you to believe me. Just don't go out there. EXT Desert Road, sunset. A dusty truck speeds down a long, empty highway. Vast desert stretches to the horizon. The sky bleeds orange. Technician, VO. I worked as a communications tech. We were often sent to remote areas to fix downed radio towers. This time, though, the request didn't come from my company. It came from a government entity I'd never heard of. Just 3 letters. ADS Ext Abandoned Tower, dusk. A tall radio tower stands still against the dying sun. No signal, no noise, no life. Technician, VO. The tower wasn't broken. It looked shut down on purpose. Int. Base of tower, dusk. He examines equipment, all operational. Something's off. He looks around, notices something. EXT near the tower, dusk, half buried in sand, the burned shell of a car. He approaches. Inside, a notebook soaked in blood and sweat. The pages are mostly illegible, except one phrase repeated over and over. Insert. Notebook page. They don't come from the sky, they come from the ground. XT desert. Night. Silence. The wind has died. He stands still, eyes scanning. Suddenly, a deep, low-frequency hum begins. Not heard, but felt. In the chest, bones, teeth. Technician, VO. At first, I thought it was equipment, until the sand beneath me began to tremble. EXT rock formation, night. The hum ceases, stillness. Then 3 tall grey figures emerge silently from the rocks. No faces, no footsteps. They glide. Technician, VO. They didn't walk, they slid, like the earth didn't matter to them. XT desert, night. He tries to run, nothing moves. His legs are frozen, breath ragged. Technician, VO. The air thickened, like my nerves were being crushed from the inside. Time stops, the world freezes, a creature drifts forward, raises a limb, touches his forehead. Flash sequence, vision. Underground cities, sleeping creatures in endless tunnels, machines dissecting humans alive. A voice inside his head, emotionless and clear. Voice, VO. You're not alone here. Stay silent and you will be allowed to live. EXT desert, day. He jolts awake inside his truck. The sun is high, the tower buzzes, active. No car wreck, no creatures. Technician, VO. The tower was on, everything gone, except the notebook. That was real. Int, office, night, back to present. He closes the notebook. Silence. Technician, VO. I never told anyone. A week later, the company dissolved. Everyone on the assignment vanished, wiped from the system. He stares into the distance, haunted. Technician, VO. But I know what I saw. And every night, I still hear that frequency coming from beneath the ground. Fade to black text on screen. Do not look for them, because it is they who allow you not to see. They always told us never to respond. That was the first rule, printed on the wall, burned into every briefing. Monitor, record, never engage. I worked at Station 47B, a government listening post buried somewhere in the Alaskan tundra. Off the maps, no town nearby, no cell service, just concrete, cold, and silence. We weren't looking for meteorological data. We weren't tracking satellites. We were listening for signals, ones not made by anything human. Most nights were dead quiet, just static and hums. But then came the signal. It happened at 3:17 a.m. during the night shift. A low, pulsing tone broke through the silence. Not a transmission, not a frequency we recognized. It was more like a heartbeat. One pulse every 43 seconds for hours. It came from the far side of the moon, a crater so deep and shadowed it never sees sunlight. We thought it was interference, maybe a satellite bouncing something back. But the signature was clean. No source match. No known pattern. And then it changed. After 3 hours, the pulse became a voice, flat, mechanical, too perfect. Over and over it said, "Can you hear me?" No modulation, no emotion, just repetition, like it was trying the words out, testing them. We stared at each other. No one moved. No one said a word. Then, someone responded. To this day, no one has admitted it. Maybe it was an accident. Maybe it was curiosity. But someone typed into the system, "Yes." "Who is this?" The signal stopped instantly. The hum ceased. Every light flickered. The temperature in the room dropped 12 degrees in under a minute. You could see your breath. Then, on every monitor, across every console, text began to appear. Slowly, deliberately. "Thank you." We stared, frozen as the words repeated once more. And then the power cut. Total blackout. Emergency backup didn't kick in. Our radios were dead. No sound, no light, just the crunch of boots on the metal floor and our own shallow breathing. Then, the knocking began, not from the door, not from outside, from beneath the floor. One knock, two. Then something scraped underneath. Something big, slow, deliberate. We backed into the corners of the room, our flashlights shaking. And then, a sound like stones splitting open echoed beneath us. Deep, thunderous. I don't remember what happened next. I remember pain, pressure in my head, like someone was pushing memories into me. Visions. Cities underground, lit by pulsing blue veins. Creatures asleep inside transparent pods. Machines built of bone and wire. I saw one of them. Tall, thin, skin like wet stone. No face, but it could see me. Inside my mind it whispered, "We heard you. We are coming." I woke up in the snow, half a mile from the station, alone, covered in frost. No footprints, no signs of struggle. Just my flashlight in my hand, and a small metal shard, still warm, marked with a symbol I've never seen. They said, "Station 47B collapsed due to seismic activity." The official report says the ground gave way and swallowed it whole, but I know that's a lie, because a week later, the emergency beacon triggered one final automated transmission. It looped one sentence 19 times before the system shut down. They were never out there. They were always underneath us. People talk about aliens like they're watching us from above. Distant stars, silver ships in the clouds, but the truth is worse. They're already here. They always were, waiting, listening, and all it took was one word.